Septic tank waste and restaurant grease spread into a section of Racoon Creek in Vinton County after a local business put too much waste in a dumping site nearby. Taylor Burnett has more about how this impacts the McArthur community.
A to Z Sanitation, which offers septic tank cleaning, portable toilet services, and grease trap cleaning, was issued a permit from the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency to dump a regulated amount of grease and sewage in a field near the creek. The business dumped an estimated 100,000 gallons of sewage and grease into the field, which was too much. After a heavy rainfall, the waste seeped into Racoon Creek. An anonymous resident sent a complaint to OEPA, reporting smells of sewage and water with other substances in it. Upon investigation on June 7th, OEPA said there was an extremely heavy bacteria growth along the sides of the stream, along with large collections of grease floating at the surface. Todd Zussman, the owner of A to Z Sanitation, said the waste was dumped into the field on June 1st, but an OEPA official estimated the infiltration had been occurring for 3 to 4 weeks. Racoon Creek has a history of pollution due to the acid mine drainage coming from both surface and land mining. In the early 90s, the 6 counties that encompass Racoon Creek partnered with groups like the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and local landowners to form the Racoon Creek Partnership to coordinate efforts to restore the creek and keep it safe for the animals living there.
So back when the coordination efforts started in the 80s and 90s, the EPA originally was like, this is never going to be cleaned up. It's impossible. But, of course, nobody listened, thankfully.
The group's efforts led to 40 miles of Racoon Creek being designated as the best warm water habitat the EPA classifies. For now, A to Z Sanitation is required by OEPA to clean up the area. OEPA's final record of the incident on June 22nd indicates they complied. They use suction technology and trash pumps to remove the bacteria on the edges of the creek, as well as to remove some of the grease from the water. The company also deployed booms, a temporary barrier to collect materials and water spills. From June 7th to June 15th, OEPA and Zussman estimated 25,000 gallons of grease had been collected from Racoon Creek and ditches surrounding the field where A to Z was permitted to dump, some of which led to the waterway. In McArthur, I'm Taylor Burnett for Newswatch.
As of June 22nd, the OEPA said A to Z Sanitation was no longer dumping at the site.